Travon Walker's wow moment watching Jaguars Travis Hunter in practice. Travon Walker recently shared his first wow moment watching Jaguars wide receiver / cornerback Travis Hunter. Every day with Travis Hunter is a wow moment with him playing both wide receiver and cornerback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, which, as of late, includes him switching between the two during the same practice. But what was the first specific play that stood out to Jaguars defensive end Travon Walker? As Walker described to Kay Adams on the Up and Adams show, it was an interception Hunter made early on in the offseason programs. First wow moment, I want to say it was one of his first days on defense, Walker said. He caught an interception, I want to say in that back corner of this field right here. He tipped the ball, looking in the air at the ball, he tipped it, and then he caught it. He's just a unicorn. In terms of number of practices, Hunter has spent more time at wide receiver. As Liam Cohen has said, that position is where more refinement is needed. But in terms of overall snap counts, the split between wideout and cornerback for Hunter is relatively equal. Need a break? Play the USA Today Daily Crossword Puzzle. Over the last week, we've seen Hunter play both receiver and cornerback on the same day on multiple occasions. That will again be the case in the Jaguars' preseason opener against Pittsburgh. Moving forward, Hunter switching between the two roles will be more normal, but Cohen did mention that there will still be days where he focuses primarily on just one side of the ball. He's a freakish athlete, Walker added. He's just freakish. He's a great athlete. He can do some of everything and he's going to be great for the team. The August sun draped over the Jaguars' training facility like a relentless spotlight, baking the turf and making even the air seem thick. The defense had just finished a grueling set of drills, and Travon Walker, Jaguars' towering, ever-focused pass rusher, was gulping down water, mentally replaying his reps. But his attention, like a compass finding true north, drifted toward the far end of the field where the offense was setting up. Travis Hunter was out there. Now, Travon had heard the talk. Heck, everyone in the building had. The rookie was supposed to be special. Not just talented rookie, special, but generational, rare, keep your eyes on him, special. And Walker had already seen glimpses, the smooth backpedal at corner, the sticky coverage against seasoned receivers, the sharp cuts on a route when he lined up at wideout. But that afternoon, that was the moment he'd use the word, wow. It started innocently enough. The offense was running a 2-minute drill against the first-team defense. Hunter was in at receiver this time, lined up wide against one of the Jaguars' top corners. Trevor Lawrence barked the cadence, the ball snapped, and the defense came screaming off the line. Travon was locked in, trying to bend around the left tackle, but in the corner of his vision, he saw it, a blur in teal streaking up the sideline. Hunter's release was violent and clean, almost like he'd teleported past press coverage. The corner stumbled a step, already beat. Lawrence lofted a deep ball into the Florida sky, and that's when the wow started brewing in Walker's chest. The rookie didn't just run under it. He seemed to float, knees high, arms pumping, accelerating in a way that made the distance between him and the defender widen like a tear in fabric. And then, at full stride, with a safety closing in from the opposite angle, Hunter reached out with one hand and plucked the ball from the air like he was snatching an apple from a low branch. It should have ended there, a great catch to move the chains. But Hunter landed, spun on a dime, and cut across the grain, leaving both defenders grasping at shadows. Walker found himself slowing his rush, almost forgetting his job, just to watch the rookie weave between bodies. In seconds, Hunter was in the end zone, helmet tilted up as if daring the heat to bother him. The sideline erupted, players shouting and thumping helmets, but Travon just stood there for a moment, chest rising and falling, thinking, that's not normal. When they huddled after the drill, Walker caught himself shaking his head and grinning. Man, he muttered to a teammate, I've seen fast. I've seen quick. But that, he cut himself off with a chuckle. That's a different breed. The thing about a wow moment in practice is that it sticks to you. For Walker, it wasn't just about the physical display, it was the layers. The precision of the route. The confidence to take on a veteran corner. The instincts to turn a great catch into 6 points. Later, in the locker room, the defensive guys were still buzzing. A linebacker swore Hunter changed direction twice without slowing down. A safety claimed he'd never lost an angle so fast in his career. Walker sat back at his locker, towel draped over his shoulders, listening to it all. He knew rookies were supposed to have a learning curve. They were supposed to flash here and there but take time to truly impact games. But Hunter was bending that curve, making it look like he'd been in the league for years. In his mind, Walker replayed the scene one more time. Press coverage, separation, the one-handed grab, the cut across the field. That's when the word finally escaped his mouth, under his breath but still audible to the running back tying his cleats nearby. Wow! The thing is, Travon Walker doesn't wow easily. He's seen elite speed rushers, freak athletes, and receivers who could pull down a ball blindfolded. But this wasn't just athleticism, it was the way Hunter stitched it all together, blending raw tools with football IQ and that intangible it-factor coaches dream about. Practice moved on, the Florida sun eventually dipped, and the players filed out. But as Walker walked toward the parking lot, his phone buzzing with texts from family and friends, one thought kept looping in his head. If this is what Hunter's doing in camp, what's he going to do when the real games start? And somewhere deep inside, Travon knew the answer. Whatever it was going to make a lot more people say wow.